Welcome to my channel. I'm really glad you're here today. This channel is a place to slow down, to listen carefully, and to learn English through real stories. You don't need to understand everything. You don't need to hurry. Just listen and stay with the voice. Today, we're going to talk about someone who lived in almost complete silence and darkness, yet found a way to speak to the entire world. Her name is Helen Keller. Helen was born healthy, but when she was very young, a serious illness changed her life forever. After the illness, she could no longer see. She could no longer hear. Imagine that for a moment. No voices. No words. No light. As a child, Helen was confused and frustrated. She could not understand why the world felt so distant. She wanted to communicate, but she had no language to do it. Her anger often turned into silence, and her silence turned into isolation. For many years, people believed that Helen could not learn. Some thought her mind was unreachable. But everything changed when a young teacher named Anne Sullivan entered her life and did not give Helen answers immediately. She gave her patience. She used touch. She used repetition. She used consistency. One day, Anne spelled the word water into Helen's hand, while cold water flowed over her fingers. Something clicked. Helen suddenly understood that everything had a name. In that moment, language was born for her. From that single word, her world expanded rapidly. Helen began learning words, then sentences, then ideas. She learned to read Braille. She learned to write. She learned to speak. What once felt impossible slowly became possible. Helen Keller went on to study at university. She became an author, a speaker, and an advocate for people with disabilities. She traveled the world, giving speeches, sharing ideas about education, courage, and human dignity. Her life was not easy. Learning required effort every single day. But Helen never stopped. She once said that life is either a daring adventure or nothing at all. And she lived by those words. Her story reminds us that learning is not about perfect conditions. It is about persistence. When we struggle with English, when words feel slow or confusing, we are not failing. We are learning. And learning, by its nature, takes time. Vocabulary session. Silence, the absence of sound. Darkness, the state of having no light. Isolation, being separated from others. Communicate, to share ideas or information. Patience, the ability to wait calmly. Repetition, doing something again and again. Advocate, someone who supports or speaks for others. Persistence, continuing despite difficulty. Example sentences. Helen lived in deep silence and darkness. Language helped her communicate with the world. Learning required great patience and repetition. She became an advocate for others. Her success came from persistence, not ease. Wait. Before you go, think about this. Helen Keller did not learn because the path was smooth. She learned because she refused to stop. Learning English may feel slow sometimes. You may feel lost. You may feel silent. But silence does not mean failure. It means you are still on the path. Every word you listen to, every sentence you stay with, is part of your own progress. So stay patient, stay curious, and keep going. Thank you for spending this time with me. I'll see you again in the next story.